All right, good morning, traders. Today is September 3rd, 2024. My name is John Carrigan. I moderate the BYOB trading room. Thank you for being here. Thank you, everybody out there in digital land. I'm talking about Facebook and Rumble and YouTube and Instagram and all of you out there, okay? Thank you for leaving kind comments and subscribing. My SPY pivot this morning is 560. Above it, I'm a bull. Below it, I'm a bear. All of the Fab Five except for IWM are in daily uptrends. Let me just say, IWM is moving up. It is acting like a bull. It's just technically in a downtrend because it has not broken and made a higher high. Diamond Dow and XLF, which is our financial sector, and XLI, which is our industrial sector, made new all-time highs again on Friday. I'm going to keep thinking today's Tuesday. All right, SPY made outside day closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. SPY closed with a 2-hour uptrend and a 10-minute uptrend. FNGU made an inside day closing over a bearish trap but under the 17 EMA. Look for a breakout on FNGU if that's possible, or maybe another inside day. We'll see. It's winding up. IWM made an inside day also, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. QQQ made an inside day, closing over a bullish cross over the 17 EMA. Gold and silver, both in uptrends, made lower highs and lower lows. Silver closed under a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. Gold closed under a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. UNG in an uptrend made a higher high and a higher low. Closed inside a bearish trap under the 17 EMA. USO also in an uptrend made a lower high and a lower low, closing under a bearish cross under the 17 EMA. And US dollar index still in a downtrend. We like that, but just creeping up just a little bit. Seems like every day. Closed near the 101.74 area. All right, let's go take a look at some charts. First chart. Okay, SPY. My SPY pivot, 560. You can see where we are right now in the pre-market. Here's 10-minute chart. This is Friday. This is Friday's price action. You can see we have a 10-minute uptrend. You got price and the 3, which is that thin yellow line. That's a 3 EMA. All on top of the 8 EMA. That's the white thin line right there. And all 3 of those on top of a rising 17 EMA. That would be the green dots right there. So 10-minute uptrend going into the close on Friday. Okay, right now we got ourselves looking like a bear flag with a 10-minute downtrend and a bear flag down here. Okay, so price action. Looking for price to break up over this red candle right here, 563.71. That would be a green erases red entry up over here, 563.71. That would be a green erases red entry. Let me just say, in the futures market, they did fill the gap in the morning activity overnight. In the Asian session, not in the European session. You can see this would be the European session. They did not fill the gap. The gap would be 565.18. But if you look in the Asian session, and I think they did it on, I'm not mistaken, I think they did it on Monday. They were able to fill the gap up there for SPY, which would have attacked the all-time highs up there. Well, pretty much, or close to it. I'm pretty sure. Let me take a second look at it later on. But anyways, there's 10-minute. Let's take a look at the 2-hour chart. And the 2-hour chart, we'll pick up a clean one here. 2-hour chart going into the close, you get price and the 3 on top of the white 8 EMA. So we have a 2-hour uptrend. On the daily chart, you can see right here we had a lower low and a higher high. So that's outside day. We closed over a bullish trap over a rising 17 EMA. So right there. So we are just leaning on those highs made up here. Still have not filled the gap for the all-time high right there. In the regular market, I think they did that in the Monday's Asian session right there. We'll see. Okay, so there's SPY. Let's take a look at QQQ. So that is a bull flag right there, looking for a breakout or a failure, and then they come back and probably test the top of this, probably be 550, and maybe even a test of 540. We'll see what they want to do. So we got 540 and 550 if they fail this and get below 560. All right, so there's SPY. So that's the daily chart. Let's take a look at QQQ. QQQ on the daily chart, still in an uptrend ever since it broke this high right here underneath my cursor. Price action for yesterday was an inside day. Could see a breakout or another inside day. QQQ, lower high, higher low, closing over the bullish trap over the 17 EMA. You can see QQQ up over the all-time high anchored VWAP. That is bullish. SPY, same deal. We could put an all-time high. We could put an anchored VWAP on the all-time high right there. You can see price action is way up over all-time high anchored VWAP. That is bullish. That indicates to me money is flowing into the market. Okay, so there's SPY. We just did QQQ. Diamond Dow. Okay, Diamond Dow made new all-time highs. Don't need to say anything about that because if it's making new all-time highs, then it's obviously in an uptrend. If it wasn't in an uptrend, it is now. Okay, so there's Diamond Dow making new all-time highs on the chart. SPY is bullish on almost all time frames. Okay, on the daily, on the 2-hour, on the 10-minute, and I'm speaking about yesterday at the close, on the weekly, on the monthly. I mean, you name it, they're in an uptrend. So there's Diamond Dow making new all-time highs right there. IWM's been doing really good too, just not in a uptrend yet. Okay, it is acting bullish. Agree with that. All right, it is bullish. It's in like a little bull flag right here, right now. Okay, the problem is it's got to make either take out this high right here, or it's going to make a higher low and then make another higher high, and that would put it back into an uptrend. Okay, but I mean, labels are just labels. As long as it's acting bullish, hey, it's on board with the program, with the buying program. So that's looking good there. We can put an all-time high, well, not an all-time high, but an anchored VWAP on that. You can see here's price action coming in up over that most recent high anchored VWAP. Let's just pan out, see what we got. So all-time high for IWM is up here, 244.77. Kind of strange, isn't it? T2123 is making new all-time highs. IWM not quite there yet. All right, but price action for IWM inside day, closing over bullish trap over the 17 EMA. So IWM definitely acting like a bull. Money's flowing into the market. We've got price up over the 3-year high anchored VWAP right up there. So that's looking good. And we just did QQQ, we just did SPY, we just did Diamond Dow. Everything's in an uptrend except for IWM, but it's acting like a bull, so I got no complaints there. And let's go take a look at the last one, FNGU. This one is what we really need. This is the one that's really jerks, well, especially QQQ and the SPY, because these 10 inside the FNGU, these 10 products inside this FNGU that make up this FNGU ETN, all right, they are the heavyweights inside the SPY and the QQQ. And when this moves down, pretty much most of the time it drags QQQ and SPY with it. And if it moves up, it drags QQQ and SPY with it. So right now, what we have is This is a bull flag here. This is a bigger bear flag right there. And we've got kind of like a smaller bear flag inside this bull flag. So inside this bigger bear flag, we have a bull flag with a smaller bear flag inside it. Okay, so things are kind of really winding up here for FNGU. All right, FNGU made an inside day. All right, so that's a lower high and a higher low, closing over a bearish trap, but still under the 17 EMA. Okay, need them to start making higher highs. Okay, they are bullish because they took out this high right here. They took out that high, so they're in an uptrend technically. They're just not moving up these last, I'll call it 10 days. They're just not moving up these last 10 days. We'll call it maybe 9 days. Yeah, 10 days. No, 9 days. It's the last 9 days. So we need this to get on board. Right now, I have Google is in my bears list. Okay, if you read my 5 and 5 in the morning. And then Snowflake also on the bears list. So there's 2 of the 10 that are showing me that money's coming out of those. So that only leaves 8 others. And it probably takes 2 to cancel 2, meaning we need 6 strong ones to carry the market. It's going to be tough, all right? Unless we can get Snowflake and Google out of these downtrends and get them moving up, FNGU, start to get FNGU kind of flipping around and hooking back up to the upside. Anyways, FNGU consolidating, having an inside day on Friday, okay? So not moving down, but not moving up, just moving to the right and consolidating. So there's FNGU. Let's take a look at the technicals. T2122, okay? So here we were this is Friday's price action. All right, so we came down into the buy zone and we spiked the buyer's chop zone, which is down here. So this would be the buyer's chop zone. This is the buy zone. All right, and this is the overbought zone. So we came out of the overbought into the buy, spiked the chop zone. That's the buyer's chop zone. Came back into the buy zone, started making higher lows and higher highs and higher lows and higher highs. We found ourselves back in the overbought zone. All right, so there's T2123. Some wild price action there, but let's go. That's T2122. Let's go look at T2123. And what do we have here? We have new all-time highs for T2123 on the 15-minute and the 2-hour or the 3-bar, whatever it is coming up next. Okay, so here we have the 15-minute 200 SMA. Now I'm between the prior all-time high and the prior all-time high. All right, so that's a good sign right there. See that sine wave right there? So we would like to see this make the same distance that it went from here up to here, from the bottom of this up overhead. So we'll see if they can do that. T2123, and they are bullish. Nice whole lot of space here. Only thing I don't like is that looks like an exhaustion candle. I don't like that. See how this is an exhaustion candle? Yeah, well, not liking that one either because it looks like an exhaustion candle. Hopefully they can consolidate up here on top of the prior all-time high and start moving up higher. We'll see what happens, but I do like the fact 200 is now up here in this quadrant. So there's T2123. Market's bullish. T2123 3-bar. Again, you can see more space opening up between our rising 17 and a lot more space opening up between our rising 200 and the price action. That's a good sign. Like to get this 3-bar 200 SMA up into that quadrant up there into that upper between these two prior all-time highs. That would be really nice. But there's T2123. That's bullish. So right now we've got technically FNGU is bullish, but it's just kind of consolidating right now. IWM is in a downtrend, but acting very, very bullish. All right. T2123 making new all-time highs. Diamond Dow making new all-time highs. So if they're making new all-time highs, there's no question about it. They're bullish. All right. SPY's in an uptrend, attacking the all-time high. All right. QQQ in an uptrend, again, kind of acting more like FNGU than it is SPY. And there we go right there. So we got quite a bit of stuff all in uptrends. And then on top of all of that, we have a weak dollar, which is looking good. So here's FNGU, little price action. We'll look at little interior price action here for FNGU on the 15-minute. And this is for Friday. You can see a little green, a little red, a little green. Okay, what I did like, what I don't like. What I do like, right here, high or low. Okay? What I do like, they printed a little higher high, but that's an exhaustion candle. Okay, don't like that. All right. Whenever I see a big candle at the end of the move, it's kind of showing me exhaustion. Okay. All right. But it was the end of the day, meaning they could carry it forward into this morning. We'll see what they want to do. I don't see it happening yet. Okay. So up, over. So they are moving up and consolidating up over this consolidation here and this consolidation here. But they're under this consolidation here. See that pennant right there? And this consolidation here. Okay? So not liking that. So that's what I do like and what I don't like. We're underneath the 200 SMA. Not liking that. See how the 200 smacked us down? Not liking that. Like to see us get up over the 200, consolidate bullishly, and then break out to the upside. So there's our 200 SMA. You can see it hooking over the top of us, kind of forcing us down like the Death Star. So there's FNGU. All right. So now let's go take a look at a few sectors, and then we're going to go take a look at the economics package. All right. So first sector, let's take a look at precious metals, silver. Silver's in an uptrend. It's been in an uptrend since it made this, broke that high right there. Okay, as soon as they made that higher high, they broke the downtrend, and now they're in an uptrend. Silver, price action for Friday. Okay, lower high, lower low, closing under bearish cross and under the 17 EMA. Still in an uptrend, still bullish. Not acting like a bull, but it's still bullish and it's still in an uptrend. GLD acting bullish and also in an uptrend. It's been in an uptrend since, I don't even think it went into a downtrend. It's never been in a downtrend. Yeah, when everything else went into a downtrend, gold kind of held in there strong. So that could be an indication that it wants to go much higher. All right, so gold, I think I have a target for gold. And see if I got one. Yeah, target for gold, GLD, excuse me, not gold, GLD, is 252.20. All right, 252.80 up there. So we'll see. They're getting up there. Anyways, gold in an uptrend. Yesterday's price action, lower high, lower low, just like silver, but closing underneath the bullish trap, but over the 17 EMA. So gold is bullish. Gold also in an uptrend. Silver's bullish, but it hasn't been acting like a bull. All right, so it's in an uptrend, but it's not acting. Hasn't quite got the memo yet. So let's take a look at energy, USO. Okay, USO's been in an uptrend since we broke this high right here. Okay, now we came in and we made a higher high, came back, made a higher low. Okay. Problem is now we made a lower high. All right. So that doesn't mean just because we made a lower high, we're in a downtrend. When they make a lower low, they will be in a downtrend. but they still have time to repair this. And if they do make a higher high, they will maintain that downtrend. So price action, they're in an uptrend technically, but they are acting like a bear if you ask me. Moving down, making a lower high, and then moving down, but have not made that lower low yet. If they break below here, close candles or price underneath here, that will be a lower low. That will knock them out of their uptrend into a downtrend. Okay? As long as they continue to consolidate here, they're still in an uptrend. So USO, price action for Friday. Make sure I got the right candle. Lower high, lower low. Closing under the bearish trap underneath the 17 EMA. Okay? In an uptrend, but not acting like a bull. Okay, same with silver. In an uptrend, but not acting like a bull. All right, let's take a look at UNG. Here's Nat Gas. That is the all-time low. They came dangerously close to printing a new all-time low right here, but they fought it off. All right, price action for Friday. Make sure I got the right one right there. Got a higher high and a higher low, closing inside the bearish trap, but still under the 17 EMA. Okay, they're in an uptrend, technically, okay, because they broke this high. So that puts them in an uptrend, but they're not acting like a bull. All right, again, there's another one, just not acting like a bull. Okay, so there you go there on UNG. It's in an uptrend technically, but just not acting like a bull. Not these past 10 days anyways. Okay, so there's UNG. Take a look at a few sectors that are kind of interesting. All right, there's the financial sector, and that is making new all-time highs. All right. If the market's making new all-time highs, the financial sector better be making new all-time highs, because they are the investment firms right there. I mean, they should know what's going on. So there's XLF making new all-time highs, and it should be, as is the market makes new all-time highs. So there's XLF. XLI, here's our industrials making new all-time highs. Okay, Dow Jones Industrials also making new all-time highs. Here's the industrial sector making new all-time highs right there. So got a lot of stuff that's bullish, got a lot of stuff that's working for us. The only thing we don't have working for us is like the FNGU. It's kind of consolidating in that little mini bear flag inside the mini bull flag that's inside the bear flag. So we just gotta get that FNGU turned around, because those big stocks, those big cap stocks, are just so heavily weighted in SPY and QQQ that they just jerk them. They just jerk those two indices around with them. So there's XLI. Let's take a look at SMH. Semiconductors, they are in an uptrend ever since they took out this high right here. Okay, so they're in a bull flag right there. And they are in an uptrend, but just have not been acting bullish the past 8 days, 9 days, right there. SMH, XLK, technology sector. Okay, same thing going on here. They pretty much mirror whatever SMH does. Okay, they're in an uptrend since they broke this high right here, and they're moving up. They're in a bull flag, just not. They moved up, and now they're in a bull flag pulling back. Okay, so like for the last 8, 9 days, they've been kind of just melting away right here. Okay, but still in an uptrend. SMH in an uptrend, XLI in an uptrend, XLF in an uptrend, XLK in an uptrend. So we got quite a few right there in an uptrend, along with almost all the indices right there. So there's, let's take a look at XRT. XRT is our retail sector. Okay, now XRT, all right, is not in an uptrend. It is acting bullish. It's just not in an uptrend. They were so technically damaged here because they took out They made a lower low than that one, a lower low than that one, a lower low than those, a lower low than those, okay? So they took out all 4 of those lows. I think they even took out that low right there. And I think they even took out this low right here. So here's XRT, all right, taking out all those lows. So that put them in a downtrend when they made lower lows, all right? So they're in a downtrend until they are acting like a bull, until they take out that high right there. Okay, they're acting like a bull, no question about it, unless they put in a higher low and then produce a higher high. They could then be in an uptrend. Or if they just skip all of that and just go make a higher high, they'll be back into an uptrend. Okay, but labels are labels, irregardless. They are bullish and moving up. I just don't like this crown looking like a head and shoulders kind of forming there. All right, but they are bullish and moving up, but technically in a daily downtrend. Now, I'm sure they're in a 2-hour uptrend, a 4-hour uptrend, making higher highs and higher lows. They're just not in a daily uptrend because they've technically broken it right there. They damaged it really bad when they made lower lows than here, 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 and maybe here. Not sure if they got below that. Let me just take those off. Just put in the crosshairs now. They didn't take out this low, but you can see all the other ones that they made lower. They made a lower low. See? They took out those 2, that one, those, all of those. Okay? So XRT acting like a bull, technically still in a downtrend. So there's XRT. Let's take a look at, here's my last one. This is my favorite one of all. This is the IYT, because this means the shelves are getting stocked around the country. Nice. Is that today's candle? I hope that is. That is Friday's candle. Like that. All right, here's Friday's candle. Okay, IYT. This is a transport sector. They've been in an uptrend since they took out this high right there. Okay, so they're in an uptrend. And Friday's price action gave them a higher low and a higher high, closing over a bullish trap over the 17 EMA. Transports are in an uptrend. Nice work there on the transports, like that. Okay, because that means goods and services are being moved around the country. I mean, you're not going to move them up unless you got some orders to have work done or products that need to be put on the shelf. So that means the orders are coming in, and the services and the products being moved around the country to be put on the shelf or put into people's homes and whatever. So there's IYTs. All right, so let's go take a look at our economics package. All right, so economics package, you can see Monday we were off. Thank you for Labor Day. Today's Tuesday. Pull my glasses up here, see what we got. PMI manufacturing final, 9:45. ISM manufacturing index, 10 o'clock. Construction spending at 10 o'clock. Treasury buyback, another Treasury buyback announcement. And that's it for today, okay? These two could move the market right here. We'll see, especially ISM manufacturing. We'll see. Now, tomorrow, what do we got? Motor vehicle sales sometime in the morning. We got international trade in goods and services, 8:30. Factory orders, 10 o'clock. JOLTS, 10 o'clock. Treasury buyback, another Treasury buyback announcement. Okay. The beige book comes out at 2, and Treasury buyback results. That's what I was looking for. Okay, on Thursday, we've got ADP employment report, jobless claims, both at 8:30. No, ADP employment reports 8:15, jobless claims at 8:30, productivity and cost 8:30, PMI composite final 9:45, ISM services index 10 o'clock, a gas report at 10:30, and a petroleum report at 11. and Treasury buyback results again. And that's it right there. So really light week. If the bulls want to make a run, there's nothing here on the economic calendar that could squash it if they wanted to make a run to, let's say, 680. Okay? So just saying, if they want to make a run for something bullish, there's nothing out there to really squash it. I don't even think if jobless claims came in, really bad, that means we had an increase in jobless claims. I don't even think that would squash a bull run. Only because we've been, the market's really popping. That's why. I mean, a little jobless claims is not going to hurt us. So if the bulls want to make a run, it's possible. Now, I've been saying this. We are all set up. I mean, we've got the perfect storm to run up to 580, maybe even 600. Okay, because we've got everything's in an uptrend. I don't remember T2123 making new all-time highs. Okay, all five of the Fab Five are in uptrends. Most of them are acting bullish. FNGU is consolidating. Okay, we got some sectors making new all-time highs, like financial sector. Got transports are in an uptrend. Dollars at a yearly low. So I mean, everything's there for us to make a run up to 680 or 580 or 600. So we'll see what happens. Okay, we'll have to see what happens with that. Challenger job cut report. I couldn't read that. All right, so let's go take a look at earnings. All right, earnings for today. $29 billion there for Zscaler. Again, familiar names, but nothing that's going to move the markets. Wednesday, $50 billion. Copart, Hewlett Packard, $24 billion. Okay, again, familiar names, nothing that's really going to rock and roll the markets. Thursday, Broadcom's going to report. This is a big one. This is the main event. This is the main event this week. I got a feeling. All right. Broadcom is almost $750 billion. They're going to report Thursday after the close, again, along with some more familiar names. On Friday, we've got familiar names, but nothing to move the markets. The big one is Broadcom, and then comes Oracle on Monday, and they are $389 billion. That's well over $1/3 trillion right there. They're going to report sometime on Monday. I don't know what time because they got kind of like a dash there, so they're still compiling the P&L for that. All right, but the main event is going to be Broadcom Thursday this week after the close. Over almost $750 billion they're going to report. Okay, for Max Payne. Oh, we got it. All right. Max Payne is 560, and I think we're kind of hovering around 560 as we are right now. All right, so Max Payne, and we've got about 1 2/3 puts to every call, and those are just the puts and calls that expired today. All right, and then if we look at the U.S. dollar index, you can see here these green candles. That's the U.S. dollar kind of creeping up. Okay, that is a 1-year low right there that we made back on August 27th. And you can see here's the dollar kind of creeping up right here. These past 3 days just creeping back up. All in all, we are in a downtrend still unless we start making higher highs. Okay, so if we take out that high, we'll be in an uptrend. All right, that'll put us in an uptrend if we take out that high. But you can see here we broke this low, and we're on our way to challenge this low over here. So dollar's in a downtrend. Like I said, we got the perfect storm right now. So we'll see what happens We'll see what's going to maybe ignite us up to 580. Could be that the dollar rolls over again, maybe later this week. Broadcom announces good results. That could boost us up over. Maybe some good numbers out of PMI and ISM. That could also trigger things to start moving up. So we'll see what happens. Right now, just seem to be consolidating right now. Right underneath the all-time highs. So we'll see what happens. All right, I'm going to take questions in the room. All right. If not, I'm going to render my video. All right. If there's anything out there, you got a question on anything? No questions. All right. I want to thank you all for being here. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate that. All right. So I'll be back in 45 minutes and we'll kick off the market. Again, I'm looking at SPY. That's the one we trade the most. Okay. And we're looking for price action on the 10-minute chart. Okay. Got to take out this red candle here. Okay. So up over 563.69. Now, if they start coming up over this base and they break out up over this base, I'm looking at right here, 561.86. Price over 561.86 as an entry. As it stands right now, this is our entry. They might be already back up here by the time the market opens. Okay, so up over 563.64, that's an entry. Or if we start breaking up over, if they don't get back up there before we open up, I'm looking at 561.87. Price over 561.87 as an entry. And that would be green erases red. Right there. And I think we might get that. We'll see what happens. All right. All right, I'll see you guys in about 45 minutes.